Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the Contender Series bout between Chris Duncan versus Slava Borshchev in the lightweight division. So how I see this one right here is I was kind of leaning Chris Duncan early, but then ultimately I had to lean to Slava Borshchev. I feel like Chris Duncan probably is the more well-rounded fighter and should be the more well-rounded fighter. But to me, it's like he's not really using his full skill set. He likes to strike. And for MMA and for where his level is right now, his striking is pretty decent. But it's not striking to the level where you're gonna see him find success. Really, as he starts to rise up, he's gonna hit a ceiling real quick. You're gonna realize the limitation of where his striking is at this given moment, unless he continues to improve along the way. But I'm not really saying no great improvements, but still very much winding up and swinging for some big shots. I see some good elbows on the inside and stuff, but still very much low level MMA striking. Nothing really high about it. Big winging shots, missing wide, swinging wide, missing wide. A lot of shots. Just crashing into his opponent, swinging big shots. Not really the best setups. Slava Borshchev is supposed to be a K1 world champion on the other side, but I can't. If he's some K1 world champion, like a legit K1 world champion, you would think that'd be the first thing you pull up when you type name, and you would see highlights. You would see him holding big trophies, like big 3 feet tall trophies in his hands, gold and silver and all that stuff. Big old build around him. Oh, this guy's a K1 world champion, and you see all these confetti coming down. You would expect that, but the first thing pop up is like some little mediocre MMA fights he's been in. So it's like, obviously, I don't know, questionable. But from watching the fight, he's at least more technical than Chris Duncan on feet. A lot more technical than Chris Duncan on feet. I would give him that. Competition-wise, for a better competition. But from actually watching him strike and how him fight, I'm gonna feel like it's a case where Duncan, the guy that's gonna be overconfident in his striking again. Like a lot of these MMA guys are. They be well-rounded, but they fall in love with striking and fall in love with that. And they just aren't that. Like they might fall in love with wrestling, but you're not truly a world-class wrestler. Like if you wrestled in a world-class level, you would get probably blown off your feet by a takedown and pinned in like 2 seconds. But in MMA, you could be a decent wrestler, or you could be a decent striker in MMA. But you go into boxing, they're going to flat out embarrass you. They're going to have you hit the air, laughing at you, slap you on the butt, slap you in the face, make you like you never struck a day in your life. With a lot of these guys. But I don't know where I'm going with that. But either way, I'm saying Chris Duncan striking should, if he will be to win this one, should be heavily looking to a crowded space, pressure him, not allow him to be more technical, and look for takedowns. Don't make this a boxing or kickboxing or striking match. Make it an MMA match, and that'd be his best chance. But ultimately, I'm gonna lean to Slava Borshchev. It just seemed like tendencies for Chris Duncan to rely on his hand, rely on his power, and not really rely on his full MMA skill set. So I feel like to try to strike with a striker. And I'm not saying like Slava Borshchev is like Israel Adesanya. Like when Israel Adesanya came into MMA, I like no matter who he fights with in MMA, middleweight or light heavyweight, he will be the better striker. That's what I assume, or at least he will be up there in that 0.5 or that top percentile, maybe only like 3 or 4 guys or like very limited people could strike one. Slava Borshchev, I'm not giving him the same credit. I don't think he's nowhere near that level of striking. I feel like he come here and he can strike with to a good degree up the rankings, but maybe he'll get stopped around the top 20, top 30 as he is right now, unless he really fleshes out his grappling game. Well, no, I'm gonna say striking, but I don't see him as a top striker at 155 at this given moment at all. He's not a guy that's coming here like getting that high praise. He's all right, he's decent, he's solid, but he ain't no Adesanya, he ain't no Giga Chikadze is all I'm saying. That's all I'm trying to say for that. Need to see more from him. And it's not like there's not a lot of tape on him. But going against Chris Duncan, I just feel Chris Duncan striking is still very low level. It's just like low level MMA striking, whereas Borshchev is at least more polished on the field. I feel like he sets his strikes up real well. He doesn't just try to throw shots. He fills them out, sets them up, and real sharp with them. And also real conservative with his shots and real. He knows where to put them. Like he don't just out there looking for head hunting. He see a body shot open. He knows, take away the body and the head will fall, or take away the leg. Like good low leg kicks, good little sneak shots to the body, like just like little touch you up shots. Sharp, but not all about loading up. Just sharp and clean in combinations, or just that one shot. It's not about how much power you put in it. It's just where you put the shots. Like so, he good shot selection, good power stuff that you would see from a person who had a career in pure kickboxing, not just MMA striking. So definitely clear striker advantage. But again, I don't see Duncan really mixing in the grappling like he should, or fighting the best game plan, and end up in a striking match with Slava Borshchev. Not to see a close, tight matchup still, regardless, because I don't see Borshchev as that great finisher. And Duncan's a tough dude, undefeated, so he's gonna definitely come here still with that undefeated mentality. I mean, he did lose in the Ultimate Fighter, but either way, he's gonna come in with that mentality. Still come in hard, still come in fighting. That's gonna make it an interesting matchup for Borshchev. I feel like Borshchev will be able to land the cleaner, sharper shots, land the combinations, have Duncan coming up short a lot because Duncan already winding up. Now you're going in there with a high level striker who's going to see those big winding shots, probably counter you on them. But I feel like Duncan will be tough enough to make it to a decision. Now I feel like Borshchev's not going to really put that much power behind the shots. It's going to be sharp, clean. He's going to land the flusher shots. He's going to dictate the pace of the fight, even with Duncan heavily pressuring in this one. And I feel like he's going to land more shots, land more significant shots, and control the striking battle. So in this fight, I have Slava Borshchev via decision.